Kohalo Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Rocha Kwadash. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's your servant Yashar with an epistle. It says here, no need to worry about a federal vaccine mandate. Fauci says local entities will likely do the job of forcing COVID-19 jabs. All right, and we know that Fauci claims he's Italian, but we already know he's an Amalekite. The Bushes did the same thing. In case you didn't know, the presidents, George W. Bush and George W. Bush Sr., they're Amalekites, masquerading as just wholesome, regular Edomites, because that's what Amalek does. Anyways, that motherfucker had something interesting to say. He said, I don't think you're going to see a central mandate. Fauci, chief medical blah, 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 said in a CNBC interview on Wednesday. I think there will be a reflex pushback on that. And notice how he says, I don't think. Meaning, if it does happen, which it's going to happen, well, he's not going to be anywhere to be found. He's just a top warlock. That's all this really is. But still, if we can read between the lines, which we should know how to do, we can extract a lot of informations. There's just some statistics. It says here approximately 49% of the population of America are fully vaccinated. But this is the interesting point right here. It says the Biden administration has repeatedly said that there are no plans to issue a federal mandate or introduce a centralized vaccine passport scheme to access public places. But Fauci has increasingly agitated for municipalities, institutions, and private entities to achieve the same effect through local requirements. So what does all this bullshit jargon basically mean? It means the government, the so-called American government, wants to look like they had no hand in it. Basically, they're saying, you know what? We're not going to officially say that there's going to be a vaccine passport or you need to have proof that you have the vaccination. We're just going to leave it up to the private businesses, the private institutions. We'll leave it up to them to make the laws. But we know that's a load of shit because these elite banking families control it all pertaining to Job 9 and 24. It's just now the government can have plausible deniability because that's what Esau is about. They're very subtle. He predicted earlier this month in a CNN interview that local mandates will become more common once COVID-19 vaccines have received full approval from the Food and Drug Administration, rather than being distributed under emergency authorizations, as is currently the case. So not even the Food and Drug Administration, which we know is wicked as well, but that goes to show you that a house divided will not stand. So let's get the script. So this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. We're going to read the first part of it, okay? It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the powers had made. All right, so what does that mean? Why am I even bringing this out? because Esau Edom is likened unto the red serpent, because that's how they operate, subtle. For example, while everyone's worried about distractions like who's fucking who or who's in the playoffs or what's going on down the street, they're strategically passing laws, they're building 5G towers, they're doing all this and that, not to mention all the stuff that they're doing that we don't even know about, them black ops missions that they run. So we already can assume that because they're so subtle, that's how they're going to keep operating in. That's all they know how to do. That's their gift, if you want to call it that. That's their thing, to operate subtly on the left-hand side. All right, so let's get Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Right? Why does that say that? I learned from Elder Apostle Tahara. He went into this script, actually. We understand that Daniel was a very wise man. In fact, let's get Daniel 12 and 10 for some context. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. All right, and we know that his friends, their name were Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Their Babylonian names were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So the fact that Esau Edom is it is said of Esau Edom that they're wiser than Daniel, how is that possible? Well, because Yahweh has it be that way. For now. It's all just prophecy. Esau Edom has the resources to go check stuff out. They have their top astrologers, their top I forgot what it's called, where they dig up, like they go and survey the land and find historical landmarks and shit. For example, Esau Edom, they did so much research. They found the same ark that Noah had built and used. But the thing is, they're not spiritually inclined, because it says that it is foolishness unto them. Spiritual things are foolishness to the natural man. Just like for us, this world is foolishness to us, being in the spirit. So now that we have context on how Esau Edom operates, let's jump back to the article. So, as I was saying before about plausible deniability, and they're doing the same thing in Canada. I guess you could say the Duke of Ontario, Doug Ford, that motherfucker is saying that they're not trying to pass a government mandated saying that this is the law, this is how it has to be. Right now, they're kind of skirting on that. They're kind of just saying, okay, you're a private business, you can set up how you want it to set it up. And so a business, you know how they have the slogan, no shoes, no shirt, no service? Well, they can say no shoes, no shirt, no vaccine, no service. And that ties in with the prophecy and revelation that no man may buy or sell. All right, but we have to listen, Esau Edom, the scope is on you. You think the scope is on us, but the scope is really on you. All right, so let's jump down to John chapter 3, verse 27. This is Yahushua Hamashiach speaking. Oh, wait, sorry, Salah. Got excited. Okay, so in John chapter 3, verse 27, this is John speaking. John answered and said, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. So all these things that Esau Edom has been given, ultimately it's been the world. the oikomene, if I'm pronouncing that properly, the Greek word for world. Job 9:24, the world was given into the hands of the wicked. So they're able to do this stuff, pass these stupid bullshit natural laws. But it's part of prophecy. And how do we know that? This is John chapter 19, verse 11. This is what I meant to say. This is Yahushua HaMashiach speaking. Yahushua answered, "Thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above." Except it were given thee from above. So Esau, Edom, they're only able to do what they're able to do because it was given to them from above by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because he controls both aspects of good and evil. Isaiah 45:7. That scripture comes to mind. All right, so therefore he that delivered me unto thee hath the greater sin, right? It's contextual. So talk about Judas Iscariot. So that's it. We got to keep watching. These articles will come through. They will pop off. The scriptures are popping off like movie theater popcorn. You know, those machines were just endlessly pop, 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 pop. Bags are being filled. More bags are being filled. That's how prophecies are. And we just got to keep watching, because the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. So with that, I hope you all were edified. Shalom.